So today, what we're going to do is show you exactly how to get your next 5 or 10 clients for free using LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is one of the most powerful ways to get clients because so many of your potential clients as an SEO agency or an agency in general are directly on this platform. And if you can tap into it in the right way, based on what's working for me, you can see I have nearly 15,000 followers right here. And if we go to my recent posts, you'll see that we get a decent amount of engagement as well. And over time, this can become one of the best ways to generate clients consistently over time. But not just that, you can actually systemize it based on what's working for me. You can see we get thousands of views every day. And this will help you generate more clients, more leads, more sales, more predictably for free. And there are some premium options on LinkedIn, but you can also do this in a free way as well. So we're going to get straight into it. And with that, let me break down the whole blueprint. And what I'm actually going to do is plug this into an SOP. I've got this right here. And the way that I'm going to look at it is, how would you do this from scratch, right? How would you, if you were watching this video and you haven't got a big LinkedIn presence, you haven't done it before, etc., then don't worry, this is going to help you a lot. So with that, let me break down exactly how it works. Now, the first thing that I'd recommend is setting up a personal profile, right? And this should be a real person. So you can see, for example, I have this set up for myself, Julian Goldie. I actually can't verify because I think this is dependent on which country you're in. And right now, you don't seem to be able to verify in the UK from what I've seen so far. But if we keep scrolling down right here, what you can see is it's got a headline of who I am and what I do, right? So I help websites get more leads, traffic, and sales from Google with SEO. That's basically what I do in a nutshell. Now, a lot of people overcomplicate SEO and they're like, they might say they do technical SEO, a parasite, they might say they do link building, etc. You got to simplify it as much as you can for people who are seeing your headline, right? So if you can break down exactly what you do in just a few words and the benefits for clients, aka get more leads, get more traffic, get more sales, then people are much more likely to hire you versus anyone else. And additionally, what you can see here is I have a very clean profile picture of my face and then a headline about what I do, etc. So boost traffic, rankings, and sales. So these are the basics. It literally takes you probably about an hour to set all of that up. Then you've got a bit of information about me. As you can see, for example, I just have this, and this is pretty much copied from my website's About Me page. We have a few featured items, etc. But you can build that over time. You don't have to get that right straight away. The main thing is headline of what you do and the benefits, nice little image at the top with a clear profile pic, and then some good About Me information, and finally, just a little bit of information about what you do, so who you currently work for. So, for example, you can see it's got information about my business, it's got a little testimonial from me, and then the next step. That's it, as simple as that. Once you've done that, you've already completed step one, my friend, which is profile optimization for your agency, and, whether you're an agency or freelancer, this is going to work for you. The main thing is that you see your profile on LinkedIn. If we open up the old whiteboard, I love to get this out, right? So you should see your LinkedIn profile as a sales page, and it's going to funnel people towards becoming a client, right? And at the end, at the bottom of that pyramid, is money. And at the top is your LinkedIn profile, right? And so some people are going to see the profile and just follow your content. Some people are going to see your content and probably engage with it. And then there's going to be some people who actually book in a sales call or direct message you, and that helps you transform the traffic you get from LinkedIn directly into money and agency clients over here. So with that, let's get straight into it. And the first thing that you want to do, just keeping it really simple, is make sure that you're connecting with people, right? So what you can do inside the search bar, you'll see over here, is you can type in, for example, let's say you work with agencies. You can type in SEO agency in the top left. If you have the premium version of LinkedIn, it's reasonably priced for someone who's running a business, but also it's going to help you get a lot more filters inside the search bar. But basically what you can do from here is you can filter by all filters right here, and then you choose your locations. Maybe your highest value clients come from United States and United Kingdom, as you can see. You want to find people who are second and third connections, so you're not connected with them already. And you just want to build your network out over time. It's not going to happen overnight, but the faster you can connect with potential prospects who typically buy from you, and you know better than anyone else what your client looks like, because hopefully you've already got some, and you would just put inside the title section whatever job title you're trying to aim for, right? So for example, for me, I typically find that most of the people who hire us are either marketing managers or CEOs. So I'll put CEO in the title right there. I've changed the country to the United States and United Kingdom. We'll choose service categories as marketing and search engine optimization, because some of our best clients are usually agencies. You might bring like 10 or 20 different link building companies over to us, as in websites to build backlinks to. And so what you can see right here is that we have a list of 445 potential prospects who might buy from us. And what you want to do from there is just start connecting with people. Simple as that, right? And you don't want to connect with loads of people. You don't want to be spamming people, but you do want to just build up your network over time like a normal human being. Now, if you want an idea of like what the first message might look like, here's some examples, right? So first message, I send something like this. Message number 1 is like, hey, would love to connect. Thanks, Julian Goldie. I wouldn't recommend copying me because everyone's already received a message from me probably. You know, we've got nearly 15,000 followers on LinkedIn in our network. But this just gives you an idea of how basic and simple this is, right? So, hey name, would love to connect. Thanks, my name. Simple as that. Anyone can do that. Message number 2, you would follow up after they've connected. So once they've accepted your connection request. And the more connection requests you send, the more your network grows as people accept your connection request. And what you'll see here is I say, hey name, thanks for connecting. Hope my content helps you. And then I just send them a link to something relevant. So what this video actually is a video of me using ChatGPT and LinkedIn as a lead generation model. Because I know that if someone else is active on LinkedIn, there's a high chance that they're using LinkedIn for lead generation as well. And so if I can create something of value, like a guide like this, that shows I'm a real human and actually helps them, then they're more likely to buy from me, right? And so that's how simple and easy this is. And the other thing about YouTube is, you know, I've talked a lot about YouTube in my other agency videos. If you haven't already checked them out, check them out here. But the beautiful thing about sending people to YouTube content is that people get retargeted with your videos, right? So if someone engages with that first video about LinkedIn lead generation of mine that I send them to, then in the recommendations, they're more likely to receive more content from me. In fact, what you can actually do here, this is a little hack I learned from someone who emailed me recently. Thanks very much to them. What you can do is I have this YouTube UTM, which you can see here, right? So after and, I put list equals, and then I link to a playlist on YouTube so that when people land on the page, they don't just see one video from me, they see multiple videos from me, right? And the more they engage with my content, the more likely they are to buy from me, because I'm the first person that comes to mind when they're likely to hire. And so this is one of the best ways to generate leads directly from LinkedIn without being pushy, without being spammy, because you're just giving them value. And there might be like 1 in 1,000 people who says, oh, I don't like your video, don't send it to me, etc. But I can't remember the last time I received a message like that. And so what you're doing right here is you're optimizing your profile in stage 1. And then stage 2 is about connection requests. And by the way, if you want access to all of this blueprint so that you or your team can implement it, then feel free to check out my SEO agency course. Links in the comments description. You basically do the profile setup. I'll link to my profile so you can see an example like this. And then from here, what you would do is you would have that headline. So describe the benefits of what you do in a few words. Nice, clean profile pic plus background image. About me. Section as well with a CTA. And then finally, what you want to do is make sure that you see your LinkedIn profile as a sales page. So your LinkedIn profile is basically like a sales page to funnel leads and traffic towards buying from you. For example, like booking in a call with your agency. And that's how you can get more clients from LinkedIn in 2 simple steps, right? So far, we've covered the profile setup. We've covered the connection requests. What's next? What I always like to use for client generation, and it's very, very scalable, this method, is creating content daily, right? Because 99% of people on social media consume, they don't create. But if you want to make money, then you have to attract attention. How do you attract attention? You have to post and publish daily to get more traffic to your business. So how do you do this? I'm going to show you some examples, but I'm going to focus on one type of post that works really, really well right now, right? And so what you'll see inside my activity section, I'll actually link to this in case you want to see it, inside the blueprint. But what you'll see, if we scroll down, this is my number 1 way to get more reach on LinkedIn so that we get more DMs and more sales calls booked, for example, is polls, right? And these are very, very simple, as you can see right here. The process of polls is just ask one extremely simple question, give a few different options, as you can see right here, so normally about 4, And as you can see, polls perform algorithmically far better than anything else that we post. So you can see, for example, this poll, very simple, took about 2 minutes to create. Actually, had a virtual assistant create one of these the other day, and it got 1,500 impressions in literally 24 hours on LinkedIn, right? Whereas if you look at my other posts, for example, like a article right here, or this one, or even this video right here, they take a lot more energy and effort to create, and they get way less engagement directly on LinkedIn. Normally that's because they're linking out to something, right? So you can see, for example, this post right here, it's sending traffic externally outside of LinkedIn. LinkedIn doesn't like that. And that's why it caps the reach on stuff like this. So if you want to get a lot of reach and reach people that are outside of your network to potentially buy from you, then just do a lot of polls. Because the thing is, if someone else votes on this poll, it's going to go out to the whole network that voted on that poll, right? And that's how you can reach thousands of people, even if you don't have a big network. Additionally, you always want to make sure that you have hashtags inside your profile. Twitter, you don't need hashtags. Facebook, I don't think you need hashtags. But on LinkedIn, hashtags still work really well. And so that's basically the whole methodology. Now, one of the things you'll notice, in fact, I'll just make sure that we cover this and then I'll come on to the next step. You know, like the next step. This is how we basically take clients to take the next step from us. So create polls, don't link it externally, add 4 options plus a simple question, and post those daily. I would say at least 1 poll per day. That's enough. That's what's going to get you the best results, right? And you can easily give that to a virtual assistant. You can even, for example, just go on to ChatGPT and be like, give me a poll post for LinkedIn, all right? And so, for example, this could be a poll where you're like, what's your go-to tactic for improving your website's performance? Give these 4 options, and then you have these hashtags right there. And let me show you exactly how to do this. So you can go onto LinkedIn. I actually have a feed. One of the other things you want to know here is that I have a news feed eradicator. Now, this just stops me from getting distracted by other people's content, because if I go onto the feed and then I see, oh, there's this cool post on SEO that looks pretty cool, then I get distracted and then I lose time and productivity. Same for my team. And so I'd always recommend having a news feed eradicator so that you don't get distracted by other people's content. Because when you're on these platforms, you want to be a creator, not a consumer, right? You want to create far more than you consume. That's how I can post on 10 different platforms every single day between me and my team, because we are basically indistractable. And if you want to get access to that news feed eradicator, let me find it here. It's this one right here. I'm just going to put that into the blueprint. And that works for YouTube, for other feeds as well. Just save you a lot of time and stop you getting distracted, you know, when you see your Facebook feed and someone's posted a picture of a boiled egg or whatever. So it's a free Chrome extension. And so now what we're going to do is just plug this as a poll. Let's put this one too. And then we'll add a final option. Usually I put the poll duration as 1 week, just so that it stays in the feed for multiple days and just doesn't just disappear after, say, 24 hours. And you see it has 30 characters, so make sure that you trim the number of characters. And then we just need to add the hashtags inside the post, which ChatGPT has actually given us right here. And then once you're done, just hit post like so. We can view it over here. We can actually edit the post if we want to add more to it. And yeah, simple as that. That's how easy and quick it is to do a LinkedIn post. And we just did one live for you. So, we've covered the profile setup stage, connection requests, we've covered client attraction with content, and one final piece of the puzzle that is really important, right? And I want to keep this as simple as possible, because someone could give you like a 10-hour long LinkedIn course on how to get clients, and then you watch it all and you don't really get much value out of it. I want to give you the 80-20 that actually gets results based on what's working for me and is proven for it, right? So what you also want to do inside your LinkedIn profile is, ideally, if you can afford it, get the LinkedIn Pro version, right? And the reason for that is that, number one, algorithmically, I think that LinkedIn is going to reward people who actually pay for the platform. And it's only like $100 a month. Bear in mind, if you get one client out of this, it's already paid for itself like 10 times over. Number two, you can add a custom button, right? So you can see, once you're a premium profile member, you'll see this custom button section right here. We can go to edit custom button, premium custom button, book an appointment, and then you'll see how I have this LinkedIn profile section right here. Every time I post on LinkedIn, it's going to say book an appointment and send them to my funnel with a UTM so that I can track exactly where they're coming from. And that means that I can easily track all the leads and all the sales that have come from my LinkedIn profile. And that's very, very important because you want to know whether what you're doing is actually working. And I can tell you now that we get quite a few sales calls booked in each month from LinkedIn. So it works really well. And if you want to learn more about setting up a CRM and tracking UTMs and exactly how to make sure that you can build the right funnels that actually convert, check out this video right here on my best agency CRM and exactly how I set it up. I basically break it all down for free for you, and I'll screenshot that for you. So if you want to see exactly how I set it up with the UTM, it's directly inside the blueprint right there, right? And so just to recap, we have covered the profile setup and exactly how to optimize that. We've covered how to get leads from connection requests and how to grow your network. We've covered client attraction with content. And then finally, we've also covered optimizations, right? So for example, making sure that you eradicate your newsfeed so that you don't get distracted and you stay productive when you're posting on there. And additionally, setting up a book an appointment button. I think this is very important because this means that every time I post, let me pull up my post right here. If you go to post and activity, you'll see that every single time I post, it says book an appointment, right? And so I don't even need to worry about CTMs. I don't even need to worry about CTAs on my LinkedIn posts because it's always going to have it there automatically. And it's going to send people directly to this sales page with a link to booking a call. So if you want to get access to this, I'm going to include it inside my free agency course. So if you're a freelancer or an SEO agency, make sure you check out that course. Links in the comments and description. It's going to be inside my lead generation section. So we'll call this the LinkedIn Blueprint, as you can see right here. And this course is just packed full of different lead generation methods. So make sure you check that out. And I'll include the video in there as well. So you can see the video notes right there in terms of the blueprint. You could give that to your team. You could implement it, whatever. The main thing is focus on getting clients, right? Because if you're reaching out to clients, if you're taking action every day, if you're putting out content out there, you will get more attention, and attention always leads to money. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to get my free SEO course, links in the comments and description. If you want to get direct access to me to be able to DM me and my SEO community with agencies and freelancers directly inside there, feel free to check that out. It's a Discord community. It's popping off right now. And after 4 more people have bought it, the price is going up again. So make sure you get it in now and lock in your discount. And if you want to talk to us about getting more leads, traffic, and sales to either your website or your clients with SEO, we work with a lot of agencies doing white label SEO and link building in particular and human content. Feel free to book in a free SEO strategy session. You'll get a free SEO domination plan, discover the secrets of link building, and we'll answer any questions you have. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it as always. Bye-bye.